What's going on, everybody? Let me know if you can. Oh, wait. Hold up. Totally unprofessional right here. All right. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. All right. Let's see. CJ, Doodlebug, Annette Marie, Don J, Pretty Peaches, Amy. Let's see. Little echo. That's good now. Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't have my mic plugged in. But yeah, hold on one second. I'm trying to, because I feel like I could see the chat better. What's up, Romad? Let's see. I watch a lot. I have since you started, but I don't comment very often. Wanted to be the first. Well, you were the first, CJ. Right on. Lily Mel. All right. How's everybody's holiday going so far? Not everybody's getting too stressed out, are they? You telling me I got to log into this every single time? Hold on one second, guys. There we go. All right. Just doing last. I think everybody's doing last minute stuff, Don J. I think that's exactly what is going on. So, yeah, I'm actually having a really nice time right now. My mom is in town from out of state, and yeah, we just had Chick-fil-A. Believe me, shit was delicious. Yeah, so yeah, I think we're gonna have Christmas dinner tomorrow with my homie and his mom, and I think it's gonna be really nice. Hold on a second. What is it? Yolanda, you thought I was Save Robbie the other night on DY? No, I dig Save Robbie though, man. He's I caught like a post that he put up or something, man. He's having a hard time. I don't know. He's somebody messaged me with something about that. I like Save Robbie a lot. He's a cool dude, and I think it sucks that people are giving him a hard time, and it's not really right. What's up, Mind Crime, Yolanda? Okay, so CJ, you said you took your 71-year-old mom Christmas shopping today for 4 hours, but no complaints. Thankful we can still go together. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about right there. You definitely want to be, I mean, you know, what's funny about the holidays, man, is is you have these issues with it's such a stressful time because you got family getting together. A lot of times you got family coming in from out of town, staying at your house, or you're going to some family member's house that lives out of town, and you're trying to make arrangements and you're trying to organize everything. You're trying to get everything, you know, really good and solid, so that and make sure that everything's comfortable, and you want to make sure there's enough food cooked, and you want to make sure that, you know, and then people, what happens is the stress, it gets to you a little bit, right? Stress gets a little too crazy, and then what happens? People start getting at each other, and that's never good because it defeats the entire purpose of getting together with family in the holidays. So if you're one of those families that actually can be aware of that nip that in the bud before it happens and just try to be patient with each other, then you're going to have a nice holiday. Most definitely you're going to have a nice holiday. But if you don't have a nice holiday, chances are is you got one family member who's passive aggressive as hell, and they're going to make little comments, and it's going to build up and build up and build up. You just got to take it. You got to take it, especially if it's an in-law. You got to take it. You just got to deal with it. That's how it is. But what's up, True Helper? But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying your family, Sunny Winters. That's awesome. Yeah, I saw that, Don J. Yeah, we were starting to talk about Robbie. Robbie says he's going to be off YouTube until the first of the year. That's what's really funny. All this stuff I'm talking about family, but YouTube right now is acting like a crazy ass family that doesn't get along on the holidays, except it's all year round and everybody keeps hanging out with each other, and it's weird and it's abnormal, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why this is happening. Pookie T, Pocket Pookie, what's up? So this is a little awkward too, because like I'm chilling in the same hotel room as my mom right now. I've never done this in front of anyone ever, so it's kind of weird. So my mom's just kind of doing her own thing and just eating snacks and reading a book and chilling, and then and we're gonna find a movie to watch, hang out. So I'm really excited about that. But let's see. Yeah, Yolanda, I don't know all the details about what's going on. Yeah, Tracy. Yeah, it's my mom's hotel room. Yeah, I never have this kind of lighting, first of all. So that's how you know that I'm in a hotel room, for sure. Oh yeah, Pookie T, you're in the hospital. Yeah, so you're home now. That's a good sign. So I guess you're okay, right? Everything's good. Nah, mom doesn't want to go on cam. I asked her, trust me. I was like, yeah, come on. She was like, nah. So that's all good, man. But yeah, let's see. All right, Amy. We will see you. Have a safe drive. Be careful in that. Don't want you to get in an accident. I don't have anything in particular really go over tonight, man. I just realized that I'm probably not going to get to go on anytime tomorrow. And I figure everybody's going to be busy with their families anyway. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go on tomorrow or Christmas Day. But so I kind of wanted to take this time to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And I'm very, very happy to hear that, Pookie T, that you're well enough to go home. And yeah, I really hope everything works out for you. Most definitely. Oh, I haven't even paid attention to the emojis, True Helper. But yeah, yeah. So, man, yeah, YouTube is fucking crazy right now, man. I was listening to something last night, and I have my opinions about it. I think we all know what was going on with Diane's channel and everything, and I've got some opinions about it, but I'm not going to do that here. I'm happy to discuss it openly. It's just that that's not the kind of thing that a lot of people come to this channel for. So I'm not gonna let that. I'm gonna try to avoid that spilling over into this channel. So, but I consider John a friend of mine, and I like him a lot. And again, I have my opinions. So I will leave it at that here. But YouTube is acting crazy right now. People on YouTube are freaking out and getting mad at each other and mean and trolling and throwing throwing shade on each other, and yeah, I'm not feeling that right now. I'm just not feeling that right now. It's Christmas. I'm not doing that. So I definitely I I'm definitely really, really grateful for the fact that my mom's in town right now and I get to hang out with her, catch up on other stuff that's going on in the family. And she was having a little bit of a hard time, but now she's doing good. She's on her road to positivity, so I'm really, really grateful for that. Uh, and she seems real happy, and I like hanging out with her. And I dig hanging out with my buddy too, and seeing his mom get really excited about the holidays too. And um, so yeah, thank you, Jenny. Yeah. Yeah, all the love I'm getting here, I'll make sure my mom knows about it. She's gonna be very, very happy to hear that. Let's see here. You left a comment on Wendy V's channel under the John video. It kind of says everything I wanted to. I won't say anything here, but I strongly disagree with how some have acted. I mean, here's the first thing. I mean, as far as that stuff goes, number one, I realized, I remember I went on somebody's channel and I was just trying to understand, like I was going through this phase where I was trying to kind of get to know the drama community a little bit. And I was trying to understand things and how it works. And what the mind frame is for most people that are in the drama community. And because it's not something that comes natural to me at all. You know, it's not something that, you know, if somebody bugs me, then I just you know, I just go. It's not even a decision. I just leave, you know? So, so I don't, yeah, I'm not gonna, I don't care enough about so many people. And I don't mean that I don't care about them in the sense that I don't care what happens to them, that I don't wish them the best, but I'm not invested in a relationship with anyone here on YouTube to where I feel the need to sit there and argue with them and fight with them. And I realize a lot of people like to hear that. And I realize that it's something that attracts a lot of viewers, but it's just not something that you know, I mean, I'd probably be good at it. You know, you know, I could insult people with the best of them, but if I insult you and I mean it, I probably don't really want to talk to you. So I'm not going to sit there and have a big fight and to do with somebody on a YouTube channel or on somebody's panel. I'm just not going to do that. I did that once, and we all know how that turned out. And it caused me more stress than I needed. So I just I'm a big fan of just kind of keeping to myself here, and I don't want to lose focus of what I started this channel for. And a big part of this channel is expressing the things that I am grateful for and that I have gratitude for. And that's very contradictory if I start going on somebody else's channel or I start talking on this channel about how this is wrong and how that's wrong and how, you know, how I feel about that and all negative and blah, blah, blah. You know, I try not to do that too much. I mean, obviously, if I think somebody did me wrong, I'm gonna address it. And if they're gonna put me out here, like, you know, out here, I'm gonna address it, and I may not be very nice about it, and you may not like the way that I talk about it and the way that I express it, but that is what it is. What's up, Once Upon a Crime in the West? How we doing? Just Mama, Aaron. Yeah. So and I still, hey, Once Upon a Crime in the West, I still have to, I noticed you posted your DNA results, and I want to see that. I started to watch it when I was at Chick-fil-A, but then I was like, nah, let me eat, hang out with my mom. I'll watch it later. It's a short video, so, but I'm very, very interested in seeing how that turned out for you. So, Dova 4. Yes, I will let her know. And let's see, Rosemary, I decided to stay home in peace and away from my narcissistic sister and her adult kids. Peace. Yes, 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 yes. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Nice and quiet. Let me tell y'all, man, like I may not have much at all, but from where I was a year ago or a year and 6 months ago to now, uh, man, I can't even describe how happy I am. I don't even have the words for it in comparison. And a lot of it is just, you know, peace. Peace in your life is definitely not something to be taken for granted, and it's definitely something to express gratitude for. And by expressing gratitude, I mean showing gratitude, talking to people in your life, letting them know how grateful you are, and for them being in your life, and talking to them, trying to do the best for yourself that you can. Um, that's the best way that I've learned how to do anything. You know, it's applied to every little bit of decision making that I have. Um, and I'm sorry, give me just 1 second here. Sorry about that, guys. But what's up, Beth Wade? So yeah, I think it's kind of crazy to focus on all the negativity that's going on with anybody right now, especially, so close to Christmas. I mean, it's Christmas. What the hell is everybody doing? It doesn't make sense to get mad at each other and get petty. And I mean, I've got different sleeping hours, so I'm sitting there. I took a nap around, because I work till midnight normally, guys. So nobody goes right to sleep. What's up, Sandy Jersey girl? And I can never go right to sleep when I get off work. So I'm usually up till like maybe 3 or 4. And you guys know this because I usually go live, usually around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I I'm up last night, and I'm seeing this thing going back and forth. And it's pretty wild, man. And this person went live, and then that person went live, and then the other person went live, and they were just going at each other. And it's all because one person, from what I saw, somebody did something. He spoke his mind, and then he got assassinated. And but yeah, this guy doesn't go down that easy. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up, defending himself, and he had to defend himself. And I get it, man. I get it. And it got ugly, and then he had to deal with trolls and, online bullies. I mean, come on, man. It's Christmas. Come on. I mean, surely you have something better to do with your time on the holidays than create phony profiles and then go into other people's chats and start whining and bitching and insulting. I mean, I say it every time. I mean, if you're making fake accounts, and you're going online and you're making fake accounts, and you're infiltrating somebody's chat, and you're doing fucking jack shit. Nothing. You're not doing anything. You're going in there, and it holds no water because you're using a fake account. Like, see, and I say it all the time. If I insult you, I want you to know where that insult is coming from every time. Never see me hide behind a fake profile. Never, never. So, I mean, if you're doing that, I mean, it's a waste of energy, because nobody gives a shit what you have to say. If nobody knows where it's coming from, why does it hold any water? Doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean anything. So, let me see what we got here. Oh, who asked about Mignon? Sandy Jersey girl asked about Mignon. Yes, Mignon is out of the hospital. She is home. She's doing very well. She is she's in some pain. She says her pain's at about a 9 out of 10. But I mean, her attitude is fucking incredible. It's something that you just can't. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen somebody with such positivity and such a positive outlook on things, and so ready to just take things on, you know. I You know what I mean? I just it's inspiring. It's an inspiring, beautiful thing, and I'm really, really proud to know somebody like that. Um, and yes, Sandy Jersey girl, you are absolutely right. She rocks. Yes. And what's up, Antimony Lane? I always say your name wrong. And Antomony? Is that how you say it? One of these days I'm gonna have to learn your first name, and I could just say that, because that is too much. Or I'll just say Miss Lane. Miss Lane. Yeah, Don J. Yeah, I'm way ahead of you, man. I'm not doing that. What's up, Alexis P? I'm way ahead of you. I'm not. It is dangerous, and it's silly, and people are acting a fool. And yeah, just don't need all that, man. Just don't need all that. It's Christmas, dude. It's Christmas. I mean, there's things that I'm a little mad about, and I'm not even mad. There are things that took place the last couple of days where I'm just like, man, really? But in hindsight, it's nothing to get actually mad about. People disappoint you. People do things, and then you get disappointed, but that doesn't mean that you hate them. It doesn't mean that you want to go to war with them. I'm not trying to do all that. It's like, okay, I see you now. I see you. That's all that is. It's all that is. And you did that to yourself. So if you're, I mean, if you're looking for, if you do something dirty to me, I mean, I don't see the logic in going to war with you on here. That's not going to happen. If you start to do these horrible things that I hear these rumors that people are doing to each other, well, I'm just gonna take legal action against you. I'm just gonna, so I don't worry about that sort of thing. I'm not gonna sit here and go, oh yeah, you said this, and I'm gonna sit here and waste all your time talking about how much I hate somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do all that. So yeah. Again, the L in the glare stands for logic. Be logical. That is not logical. That is not logical behavior. Logical people do not sit there and go into an arbitrary insult war with people over the internet and try to get them fired from their jobs and try to get their kids taken away. And I mean, it's disgusting. It's gross. It doesn't make sense. So that, far be it from me to behave in such an irrational manner. It doesn't make any sense. And so I do try to have empathy for these other people too. I get it. Some people, I'm telling you, man, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget what my brother told me. I talked to him about, we had this deep conversation about, I don't know, about 6 months ago. Yeah, 6 months ago. And he said to me, and I'll never forget it, and I said it before on this channel, and I will keep saying it. What other people feel or think about you is none of your business. And that is beautiful. Because when you take that into consideration and you really, really, really focus on that and you think about it and you apply that to everything, all of a sudden that's in your head when it comes to how you're feeling and how and what kind of mood you're in. I mean, more often than not, we do worry about how other people think about us. We do worry about how other people feel about us without actually focusing on how we feel about ourselves and how we what we need to do to be happy with ourselves. We're too worried about other people. We're too worried about what they think. And that's not productive, man. That's just not productive. So when you happen to just decide out of nowhere, because it seems like that, it happens so quickly. When you just decide and make that final decision that you're not going to worry about how other people feel or think about you. That is when somebody has a problem with you, that is exactly that. It is their problem. It is not your problem. It is theirs. They're the ones who have to live with it. You have a choice whether or not to live with it or not. You make it your decision to live with it. That is a conscious decision on you that makes you accountable. So why would you do that to yourself? Right? So what other people feel and think about you, it's none of your fucking business. Don't worry about it. Move on. Do your own thing. And if they got a problem with you, they're the ones that are choosing whether or not to live with that problem with you. Right? So let's see where. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Alexis P said something. 3 golden rules: context, logic, and perspective. And you think there's one more? Yeah, I mean that's very. Yeah, that's very, very. That's very, very in line with the glare principles that I try to apply for myself as much as I can. I mean, when you're genuinely grateful for things, and you can actually find reasons to be grateful for the things that even seem to have a negative impact on you, there's a positive that comes with that. It's just a question of being able to look for it. So once you're able to find that, and then you choose to have gratitude for that, then you choose to have a gratitude for the negative things that are happening in your life as well. And that is empowering. That is extremely empowering. And what that does is makes things just easier to deal with, makes things very, very, very easy to deal with. So, you know, you don't, you don't have that much to worry about. Once you're able to take that kind of power from even yourself, because when you're that type of person and you're dealing with these problems, you've got a million things running around in your head and they're fucking with your head all the time. It's because you're letting it. You're giving these things too much power over yourself. So the more time you spend worried about the kind of power that other people have over you, then that's less time and energy than you're spending making yourself happy and making decisions to improve your own happiness. And I don't know about you, but fuck all that. I'm not doing that. I'm I've got a lot to I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot more positive things to focus on. I've got more productive things to do with my energy. I don't have the energy. I do have the energy to hold grudges. I do have the energy to hate people, but I don't find it productive to spend my energy on hate and on holding grudges. there's better things that I can do. I feel like whatever this is that runs my body, that sends electrical signals from my brain to my body to move, I can do more productive things with that energy rather than waste it on people who are only going to use that energy to put more emphasis on hurting me. So why would I do that? Basically, I'm feeding something that's hurting me. So at the end of the day, when you really think about it, it's not somebody coming along and sucking the energy out of you. It's you willingly giving him that energy. You're spending that energy on it. You're handing it to them. You're like, here, fuck with me, hurt me. So at the end of the day, who's the problem? You or them. So accountability, big thing. What's up, Mignon? Look at you. Everybody here is happy to see you. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else Alexis P has to say. Oh, this chat's hard. The ones that can't humble themselves to look at their weaknesses are the ones that don't grow as humans, and with self-reflection is the greatest wisdom. You can only hold yourself accountable. Absolutely. So thank you for putting everything I said into one sweet little comment, Alexis P. I appreciate that. Yeah, Mignon, everybody here is happy to see you, Mignon. Yeah, a lot of love coming from here. So, where we at here? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one short, guys. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on here, but I'm definitely not gonna be on here any longer than an hour. Because me and my mom got some chilling to do. So yeah, look at all this love. Boom. There's some love there for Mignon. Boom. There's some love there for Mignon. Boom. There's some love for Mignon. Boom. Some more. Boom. Some more. No, I know, Alexis, I wasn't being sarcastic. I was actually happy that you were able to put that. Yeah, no, I realized that you and I are on the same page. I was just acknowledging the fact that you and I are on the same page. I promise. I was not taking a jab at you or throwing shade at you. That's not what I was doing. But yeah, man. So YouTube, man, try to enjoy the holidays, man. Like, YouTube people, we're a community, we're a family. I know I'm talking on deaf ears. Like, I know that shit. I know. But I mean, don't complain about being stressful, and don't sit there and talk about, I want to get along with everybody and I want to do this and I want to do that. And then, 1 minute you're on somebody's channel talking shit about them, and then the next minute you're on somebody else's channel or your own channel talking about, I just want to get along with everybody. Why is this happening to me? 'Cause that's not, it's inconsistent. Nobody's going to respect that. And you're just going to end up on a little lonely island all by yourself, worrying about, why don't anybody like me? Why didn't anybody taking any consideration as to how I'm feeling right now? Well, if you're not taking into consideration other people's feelings, they're probably not going to take much consideration into how you're feeling. And that's just how that is. I mean, that's social science. Nobody gives a fuck about you if you aren't showing that you're giving a shit about anybody else. So yeah, man. Yeah, I agree, man. Grown-ups don't do that, man. Yeah. So I spent a little time getting to know the community the last couple of months. And I got to know it. So I am now very, very much at peace as to where I want to be in that community and what position I want to have here in this community. And I realized I want to be exactly where I was. But the cool thing is, though, I did make some new friends. I made some good, cool friends. And I'm very, very grateful. The cool thing is when crazy messed up shit happens, you know, like anywhere else, whether it's here or whether it's in the real world, it doesn't matter. But whenever crazy shit happens, you know, you start to realize who you can kind of count on, you know, who's phony, who's in it for what, you know, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to realize. Um, but yeah, Alexis P. Yes, 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 ma'am. So anybody I see on my channel that is saying nice things in my chat, regardless of everything else that's going on, regardless of what they're hearing about me, I'm grateful. I'm very, very, very grateful. Because all I want to do is I want to be, if you're going to judge me for what I'm doing and what I am, do that. Judge me for what I'm doing, what I'm showing you, not from what you hear about about me. And if you're the kind of person that judges me based on what you hear about me, I'm not really interested in what you have to say to me. So, thanks for subbing. Have a good one, if that's the case. Oh yeah. I saw another channel where something like that was going on. And what's funny is I find it kind of entertaining. I do. I watch it. I listen to it. And I have my opinions on it. But joining panels when it doesn't involve me, yeah, those days are long gone. I'm not doing that. Let's see. I'm just going to focus on chat here a little bit. Yeah. And Christmas for me, man, I've had, Christmas for me has always been big. It's always been a big deal. I've always loved, to decorate for Christmas. I always used to love to set up the Christmas tree. I've always loved the energy. Um, I started to kind of lose that energy when, a lot of it has to do with getting older. The magic kind of goes away when you start to understand the world a little bit more, and that magic kind of just goes away a little bit. But when I was a kid, it was powerful. It was very, very powerful. But I think when I moved to Miami is when it started to kind of die out a little bit, for me. And then when I had my kids, that's when I started to kind of come back. It became a different perspective. I used to love to see their reactions. I used to love to see them just have a good time and enjoy themselves. And yeah, so the last thing I expected this year was to get to spend it with my mom, which is really cool. I think this is the first time her and I have actually spent a Christmas, just the two of us. That's right, Mom? I think, Mom? This is the first time you and I have spent Christmas together, just you and me, right?
Yes, the two of us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool, man. That's dope. Yeah. I mean, I wish I was spending it with more family. That'd be great. But this is also very, very nice in itself, just because it's never been done before. We've never done it. So we're having a really nice time. And it's only the 23rd, so we have other things that we're going to get to do and have a good time. And yeah, Doodlebug, trust me, I know. Yeah. That happened. Yeah, that totally happened. But see, that's the thing, is I like when things like that happen. Like at first, there's somebody in the situation that affected me a little bit. And all that happened was I was just very disappointed to find out that they weren't the person that I saw them as from the beginning. When I, and how I interacted with them, I had a very, very different perception of them. And then I saw, I saw them do something, and it affected me, but only as much as not only as much as it can affect me beyond or before I can start allowing it to affect me anymore. So it's one of those things where it happens, and then it's a question of how are you going to deal with it? How are you going to take it? How are you going to let it make you feel? How long are you going to dwell on the feelings it's making you feel initially? These are some kind of things that go through your head, or at least my head. Hey, Boston hippie. But yeah, and I was just really disappointed. When you find out somebody is a certain way when you were thinking they were another way, and it's super disappointing when they're up here and then they show you something where they're just fucking, it's highly disappointing. But the thing is, though, the bright side to that is now I see you. Now I know. So that's a blessing. It's a blessing. And then when you see when it blatantly happens and it's blasted all over the internet, and there's a mass amount of people who don't see it, I see you too. Those mass amount of people who missed it, didn't see it, I see you too. Those are not the kind of listeners I want. Those are not the kind of people that are going to get anything out of my channel. They're not getting anything out of my channel. I want people and listeners that I can inspire and that I can learn from, and they can learn from me. I want that type of dynamic. It's very, very, very important. It's not important who it was, me against the world. That doesn't matter now. If I sat there and talked about that, it would defeat the entire purpose of everything that I'm saying. It would contradict everything that I'm saying. So, it's not important. What's important is, at the end of the day, it's a blessing. It's a blessing because now I have the same people in my chat that I've always wanted in my chat, that I still want in my chat. And the dynamic that I have with them has not changed because I didn't change. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's something for me to be very proud of myself for. So I'm at peace with the fact that I didn't compromise my principles and I didn't compromise my own standards. And I'd rather be disappointed by someone else than disappoint myself. It's a way easier thing to live with. So it's a learning experience. Absolutely, 100%. A beautiful, wonderful learning experience in hindsight, in the grand scheme of things. Oh, you know what? It's funny. I actually have kind of a new respect for Miss Jane. I mean, I think that the conversation I had with her, and it was the first time I actually had a conversation with her. I had opinions on her, and I still have opinions about how she made herself and how she made her channel. It's just methods that I don't really agree with, but who gives a shit what I agree with or what I don't? Who the fuck am I to dictate how people do anything that they do? I have opinions on it, but that's it. All I can do is have an opinion on it. But having gotten to speak to her for the first time, I was actually very, very, I thought she was kind. I thought she was respectful. I didn't find her to be condescending in any way. I always pictured her to be very condescending, but she wasn't condescending to me in any way, even though she knew who I was and she had every opportunity to be condescending. And She didn't pick something at me. She didn't pick a fight with me. And I thought that was classy. So I didn't feel the need to do that with her. Um, and she gave some pretty good insight. I didn't agree with everything she was saying. I didn't agree with a lot of her theories on on this recent case, but I respected her method in delivering her theories, and she wasn't careless and she wasn't irresponsible to anyone else and to anybody involved in the case. And I thought that was very, very nice. And I thought that and I think that now that actually that deserves some positive acknowledgement. So, Miss Jane, if you're listening and you hear this, I'd love to chat with you anytime you will, anytime that you would like, if you would be willing to. So you're welcome in my chat anytime you want, regardless of our history. So, but I did enjoy talking with her. Sorry, I'm just looking at chat here. Um, all right. So, yeah, I'm not going to be dropping, at least not today. And I want to also make sure here's the thing about I've been seeing some questions. I know on my last live, I had my mods drop links to PayPal's and to GoFundMe's for the Carey family and for Heidi's parents. And I still stand by that. It's Christmas right now. But I'm not gonna I don't have any more mods in here other than Mignon. And I'd rather just have her enjoy the chat right now. I'm not gonna make her do any work. But I don't have I want to elaborate a little bit on that because there's been some controversy. People are saying that well, if this man was abusive to Heidi, then why would we send him money? Well, here's the thing. There's nothing to indicate other than the fact that there are three people responsible for the allegations of Shane being abusive. Three people that I hold accountable for that. That is the friend that was interviewed live on a YouTube podcast, the YouTube podcaster, the creator that was holding that interview and leading her with questions that was encouraging the idea that this person was an abusive person. And the third person is the person who's actually, that we know, is under arrest for the murder of Heidi. So as far as I'm concerned, those are not reliable sources. So again, I don't think it's right to slander this man and assume the worst of this man when he's never had he doesn't even have a police record. There's not even any police reports on record saying that he was abusive in any way whatsoever. So all I see right now is a guy who is stuck in a hard situation. I won't get too deep into that because you can go back to my last live and listen to that, because I talked a lot about it and I talked a lot about it very passionately. So as far as I'm concerned, this man is a father who lost the mother of his children. And until anything else comes out, because who knows what can come out while this investigation is still open. So who knows? But what I'm saying is, as far as I'm concerned, what we know so far, this man is now a single father who has lost the mother of his children. And now has to raise these children on his own. To me, that deserves a little help from the community, especially a community who crucified this guy and drug his name through the mud for without having any type of evidence to dictate this. So as I think it's the least that we could do, and that's why I put up those links last live. And so if you could find those links and help that family out, that's why I think you should, and it's not going to hurt. And worst case scenario, if it turns out that the children are unfit to live with this man, we have to look at the legalities of this too. Let's remember the fact that this man was not married to Heidi, right? So when these funds are created for those children, those funds are going to go to those children. Whether it's going to go to either probably, I'm guessing, more than likely, it's going to go to a trust for them until they turn 18 and they're on their own and independent, or it's going to go to Heidi's parents, but more than likely, it's going to go towards an education for the both of them. And even still, so anybody who takes these kids on, even if it's just for things that don't matter, that aren't necessities, that are just, luxuries, why shouldn't Silas have the latest video game system to try to take his mind off the fact that he no longer has a mother? Why shouldn't he have luxuries that try to make life a little bit more comfortable for him, to just at least try to do something that can never be done, but at least the effort to try to make life as comfortable as we can for him, without having a mother anymore, and having to deal with the trauma of no longer having a mother, and having to deal with the trauma of no longer having a mother because she was murdered. And the motive being to steal his sister, his newborn sister. This is, to me, that's a good cause. So I stand by that, and I stick to that. And I think it's wrong to, without any evidence, to accuse somebody and slander their name. Again, there's nothing out there other than the word of people who simply didn't like this man, that he was abusive. And trust me, there are people there. I'm working closely with people who are doing some serious digging to find out as much as they can about everybody involved in this case. And we're coming up empty. We're not coming up with anything. So let's see. Yeah, me against the world. Okay, so you're saying, right, but I will say his behavior was strange. Now I'm wondering if drugs. Look, man, this has been gone over and over and over and over, and I'm not here to slam you for having an opinion. I'm just saying I've repeated myself about this many times, and I'll go ahead and indulge you again. Anybody's behavior is going to be strange when they have sat there for hours getting grilled by the police, because we all know that the first person of interest, and the first person that that law enforcement's going to look at when a case like this happens is always the significant other, whether it be the husband or the boyfriend, right? That's always going to be the case. So this man went through hours and hours of interviews with police, and then he goes on television, probably with no sleep, and probably half drunk. Who knows? If I was that age, I would have been drinking, and if my family went missing, I probably would have had beers just to try to calm my nerves. That's a horribly traumatic situation. You know, this doesn't make him a bad person in any way whatsoever. And yeah, of course his behavior is going to be strange. It's a strange situation. It's a surreal situation to be in. You know, you come home from work, you got a 3-week-old baby, and you got a girlfriend, and you come home, your door's wide open, her car's still there, she's missing, cell phone's missing, keys are missing, car is still there, and you have no answers. You have no answers. You don't know anything. So after the next day, after having probably no sleep and being grilled by the police, and insinuations being made that you were somehow responsible when you weren't, then yeah, your behavior is going to be a little strange. Sorry. It just is. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to hate on this dude for swaying as he's talking. You know, I'm not going to hate on this guy for looking down when he's talking. I'm not going to hate on this guy for stuttering or stammering. I stutter and stammer every time I come on here. That doesn't mean I'm lying. You know, I mean, come on. All you people did was compare this guy to Chris Watts because the word got out that it was just like the Chris Watts case. You couldn't help but compare the two. And so when you did that, you subconsciously already tried this guy and had him convicted of murder in your head. And you're looking at him and you're looking for anything wrong that he's doing. And you're looking to pick it apart. That guy never stood a chance in the public eye. He never stood a chance. Not once. Still doesn't. There's people who are just too proud to admit that they were wrong, and they're still going to stick by their story, still sit there and go, oh, no. But if you look at this, if you look at that, blah, 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 shut the fuck up. Let the guy mourn. Let the guy mourn. Let him do his thing. Let him try to get his children through this awful ordeal. You know, sit there and talk about how, you know, you're here to make a difference, and you're here to do things properly, and you know, you feel so bad for the family. That guy is the family, and he hasn't been charged with anything. So yeah, Jenny Anderson, I completely agree with you. He is a victim, and it is heartbreaking. Why is everybody trying to crucify this guy? I don't think so many people are now. You know, I get that. I don't think so many people are now. And I'm not saying me against the world. I'm not saying that you were comparing him to Chris Watts. Most people were. What I'm saying is everybody went into that just comparing it to Chris Watts. You know, I mean, and even when Chris Watts, there was nothing like that before, except for maybe Scott Peterson, kind of, you know, when he does a live interview or a TV interview, and you're just like, is this guy responsible? Did he do it? You know, Chris Watts, the interviews are completely different. Chris Watts was clearly lying. He was clearly lying. This guy showed no emotion. Shane, he showed emotion. Like a little too much, maybe. But is it a little too much? Is it a little too much? It's a little too much because in the public's eye, maybe, because you've already got him judged. You're already suspecting him. So is it too much? Probably not. You know, I don't think so. How can any expression of emotion be too much when your 3-year-old daughter, or your 3-week-old daughter, sorry, your 3-week-old daughter is missing, and her mother is missing too? And all you hear is cases where they're not coming back alive. You know, I mean, it's insane. It was totally insane. I wonder why a search party wasn't even set up until 10 days after she went missing. A search party wasn't even organized until Saturday. It was Friday when the case broke, I think. Thursday. It was Thursday when the case broke. And yet they were like the girl on YouTube, on that YouTube channel, was like, oh yeah, we organized a search party and it's on Saturday. And I'm just like, what, dude? It's already 7 days later, and you got it scheduled for another 3 days from now. Seriously? So I mean, yeah, I just, can you imagine what this guy was going through? People are trashing this guy for looking in the dumpster. Dude, I'd be looking in the sewers if my 3-week-old daughter was missing. I'd be down there knee deep in people's shit looking for my daughter. And that's weird. That's strange behavior that he's looking in the dumpsters. And it's, come on, man. So anyway, guys, what's up, Sleuths Investigate? Yeah, I'm gonna get back to kicking it with my mom. I'm gonna find a movie for us to watch. We got snacks. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna chill. So anyway, guys, I really, really appreciate you guys logging on, and I will be seeing you guys very, very soon. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas. And if I don't talk to you before or during Christmas, then I will see you guys soon after that. And yeah, we're gonna have a nice conversation as we always do, guys. So anyway, love you guys a lot, and we'll talk soon, okay?